Alrighty, well, it's 2:03. We're probably going to go ahead and get started. Probably. Anyways, so welcome everybody. I just want to welcome you to our webinar, Inside Scoop. And today we're going to be covering 3 of the 7 colleges, ERC, Marshall, and 6. And we're really glad that you could join us today. Oh, JK, I'm not screen sharing. Sorry, Mommy. Me. Do that. All right, can you guys see it? All right, cool. So so we're gonna do this. Cool. So just before we start, a little bit of webinar etiquette. Just stay muted throughout the webinar, and if you have questions or comments, feel free to just go crazy in the chat box over there. At the end, at the very end. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. And then, at the very end, we're going to have a Q&A. And before we start, go ahead and please put what college you've been accepted to in your little name tag box. And here's how you could do that. So we'll give you guys a minute to do so. And then we'll move on.
All right, so if you just see the bottom below, you'll see participants. You just click that, and then right next to your name, there's a button that you can say rename yourself. So if you know which college you're a part of, which you probably do, you can put your name next, put the college next to your name.
Or which college you wish you had been a part of, Marshall.
ERC. We all know ERC is a better one. Duh.
Alrighty. Okay, looks like everybody's got it. If you don't, no worries. Okay, so before we start off, Connie and I just wanted to introduce ourselves. So I'm Kristen. I graduated from Marshall College last year as an environmental policy major. One fond memory that I've had throughout college was hanging out with my friends at Geisel Library. We got some studying done.
And not really.
But yeah, it was just a really good time to get to know my friends better and bond and just, commiserate. So.
And I'm Connie, and I graduated from ERC as an international business major. So Kristen and I went through college together, and here's just some pictures of us with some of our other friends. I think for me, one fond memory of college was a lot of late night talks with my friends about literally anything and everything.
Board games and card games too.
That too.
Alrighty, so before we jump into it, we just wanted to do an icebreaker. If you could, just hop on over to kahoot.it on your phone or your browser, and then we're gonna play a quick little game just to test how much you know about UCSD. Okay, see you guys there.
I'm excited.
More people, the more lit this game gets.
Yeah, I agree. I like some of these nicknames. J-Bell? Oh. I like it, I like it.
Okay, go ahead and give us a quick little thumbs up in the corner if you're ready to go. Ready. Go. Ready to go? All right, I think we're ready to start.
Cool. All right. Let's see. So, which movie does UCSD's Geisel Library show up in?
Is it Pitch Perfect, Forrest Gump, Inception, or The Blind Side?
I think it's Pitch Perfect.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Inception, yes. So as you can see over here in me and Connie's Zoom background, we think that the Snow Fortress in Inception was based off of UCSD's very own Geisel Library, the basement of which I lived in for the past 4 years.
Oh, man.
Good times, good times.
All right, let's see. Oh, I see Esther, Jason, Catherine. Okay, all right. Next question. UCSD is one of the top blank schools in the US.
Is it dining hall food, skateboarding, environmental studies, or surfing?
And these are pretty legitimate.
I think so.
Yeah.
Environmental studies. I got a bundle of straws as a graduation gift.
Oh, wow. Surfing, yes. So we are known as one of the top surfing schools. I mean, because we live right next to the beach, so.
Unfortunately, though, we're not very good about going surfing because a lot of us are pretty studious at UCSD. So make sure you make the time to get out there, guys. It's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I see. Oh, Catherine is in the lead now.
Whoop, whoop.
Nice. All right, next question. How many eucalyptus trees does UCSD have on campus?
Is it 400, 1,600, 23,000, or 220,000? Fun fact, eucalyptus trees are not native to the San Diego area. I don't know if that was fun. I'm just kind of an environmental.
That's okay. Fun fact. All right. Yes, it is 220,000 trees. There are a lot of trees on campus.
A lot. And there's 2 non-real trees that you can find once you get to campus.
That is true.
And then message me once you find them.
All right. Next question. How much does UCSD generate for the state of California? Because we generated quite a bit, actually.
1.2 million, 13.8 million, 34.3 billion, 16.5 billion.
Oh, people are pretty good at guessing. It is 16.5 billion. All right, let's see who's in the, oh, I see Janice. Janice is in the lead now. All right, last question. What architecture style is UCSD characterized by?
Is it brutalist, neoclassical, American craftsman, federal, or cardboard box?
I think cardboard box. I mean, look at that thing.
It does. It kind of looks like
brutalist.
Yes. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm not an architecture major.
Yeah.
But you'll find that, I don't know, it's pretty unique to UCSD. So,
yeah.
Okay, drum roll, please.
All right, Jason's in third. All right. Esther second. All right, who's number one? Ooh. And Janice! Yay!
Hey, flashing that 6 College. Get out of here. I'm just kidding. We love 6 College.
Nice.
Okay, well, that was it for the game. But yeah, thanks for playing that with us. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so you know, as that game might have showed, maybe you don't know everything there is to know about UCSD, and I don't think Connie and I ever figured out everything there is to know about UCSD. But the trick to getting through college is not about knowing everything there is to know, but it's about just being able to do college with one another. And you might be like, I don't have any friends yet at UCSD, but it's okay. With some time, these friendships are just gonna get built. And so we chose this quote because they're gonna get built at the times when you're like, yo, you're in like chem, 6A at the 10 a.m. section, or, oh, hey, you failed physics again, me too. Hey, let's work through this together. And those friendships will come. And so that's not something that you're gonna have to worry about, okay? So yeah, with that, let's move into the content.
So the inside scoop, what are we going to be talking about? Writing course, GEs, dining halls, dorm life, community, and then finally college hacks, misconceptions. And then we're going to talk about AMP, which is the mentorship program. And then finally, we'll go into the student panel because ultimately the students are going to give the real inside scoop.
So just a quick little overview. Here's ERC in the upper left corner. Right under that is Marshall. 6, it looks tiny, like you're confined to this little space, but don't worry, it's very tall. So you guys will have plenty of space to roam around. Mira, Ravel, Warren. Those are, up there as well.
So writing courses. So, okay, what are the differences between the 3? So the writing courses, so ERC we have something called Making of the Modern World. So MMW for short, 5 quarters, like AP World History. You do have to write research papers, unfortunately, but your Ts and your professors are great.
And then for Marshall, you got 3 quarters of a writing sequence. We call it Dimensions of Culture. We call it DOC for short. It's basically just all about social justice through American history, and then just about like social norms, different actions of groups from different, socioeconomic backgrounds.
And then finally 6th, you have something called Culture, Art, and Technology, or CAT for short. It's like 3 quarters plus an extra class, can learn an instrument if you want. It's actually pretty fun. So yeah.
And then getting into the general ed. So let's see. You guys can like actually dig into, you know, the breakdown of it on different websites, but we just wanted to give a quick little overview of that.
Yeah, so again, ERC, you have the writing course, you have a language requirement, you have something called regional specialization, 3 courses, science, math, and then you have a fine arts GE.
For Marshall, if you're a STEM major, which is science, technology, engineering, or math, you'll find that a lot of your lower divs actually overlap with the Marshall general education requirements, so you're in pretty good space there. If you're a humanities major, I highly recommend taking some SIO classes. These are classes about, you know, different aspects of earth science, which are like volcanoes or water or earthquakes, and they're super easy and they cover your requirements. So
yeah, and then finally 6th, in addition to CAT, you do have something called information technology fluency, basically any comp sci or engineering class. You have humanities courses, social science classes, science, math, and then you do have an art making, which is basically like a fine arts GE.
You gotta take gospel choir.
Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
best class on campus.
I agree.
All right, dining halls, we all need to eat.
Mm-hmm. All right, local food scene. So for ERC, you have something called, you have your dining hall, and it's called Cafe Ventanas, but no one ever calls it Cafe Ventanas because it's too long. So you say Cafe V. But for the most part, it kind of moonlights as an aesthetic study spot, but occasionally known for their poke bowl.
And then Marshall, you got Ocean View Terrace. It's like, it's kind of bougie looking, but you got this like artisanal pizza. It's kind of like Blaze style.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have like late night gelato, and they have a coffee bar that opens real late for when you're cranking out those doc papers.
And then 6th, you do have your dining hall is kind of hidden from the rest of the world, so you can enjoy your sandwiches, salads, and flatbread pizza in peace.
Every day, because the menu never changes.
But it's still good. All right, dorm life, because we all know that you're pretty excited. So we understand that with COVID, it changes up things. And these past few months have been like super crazy with coronavirus changing the college environment. And we know that this definitely could affect housing next year. So dorm life is definitely one of those different things that, you know, we understand that you're probably looking forward to. So if you see the dorm interiors, so that's pretty much what all the dorms look like in the housing thing, in anywhere on UCSD really.
Yeah, and then yeah, we have different pros and cons for each one. So the pros for Marshall, it's pretty centralized. You have all your like dining and academic needs. It's really close to everything else on campus. The little dorms are a little old and cramped, but for the most part, they're okay. And you can all hang out in the common room when you have late night sadness because of your doc essays.
And then some cons. Don't think there are that many cons, are there? Not really. I mean, it's a little cramped, but I mean, you pretty much have fun for the most part. And then community. So, okay, what are the different college vibes? Because everyone wants to know. So for ERC, we're technically called global citizens, and the college heavily pushes for study abroad, and it's just a hodgepodge of people. So that's kind of why there's a cat GIF, and they're exploring like basically Europe, but yeah.
And then doc, it's like we're all in doc together. And then yeah, basically nobody really enjoys it, but you know, you all like are like, okay, this is pretty easy. We just need to suffer through it together for the next 3 quarters. And people are pretty nice.
And then 6th, there's an instant bond over being the same college. So you can yell 6 to another 6 student, and the chances are is that you'll probably be friends by the end of the day over the simple fact that you belong to 6 college.
Hey, Maureen, show us how it's done.
Okay, so you do like little googly eyes on 3s, and then you cross them together, and then you flap it like a bird.
Yeah.
6 college.
Yeah. Thanks, Maureen. And none of us other colleges are that cool. We don't have gang signs, so sorry, not gang sign, hand signs.
Hand signs?
All right, let's keep moving along.
So college hacks, because you want to make your college experience awesome the efficient way.
Okay, so for Marshall, you got to get the lingo down, man. It's like you got these vocab words that are like hegemonic ideology or the intersection of gender and race, and you just got to like sprinkle them like into your essay like everywhere. Google Docs, it's I highly recommend getting these vocab terms and then throwing them on a Google Docs and then sharing it with your friends that are also taking doc with you, and you guys just populate that with like the with the definitions and then study off of it together. And then because, you know, you're busy doing other homework, you might get a little bit last minute with those papers. There's a lecture hall called Sequoia Hall, and next to it, there's a little computer lab. And then that computer lab is perfectly in the spot between your dorm and the lecture halls that Doc is in. And so when you're, you know, at 10:55, you finish your paper and then you print it out at 10:56, you got 4 minutes to sprint down to what we call Peterson or Solis, which are some of the main lecture halls for Doc.
And then for ERC, we have your professors and TAs are very important. They make or break your MMW experience. Take easy classes whenever possible because your GEs are going to be kind of hard, especially that language requirement. And then finally, if you see the picture up above, you'll have the parking lot. So that's called Hopkins. And then you see right next to it, it's like a hill that no one ever wants to walk up because it's a hill. But what you can do is, in order to get up to ERC, you can take the elevator in that parking lot. It's great.
If you're in ERC, you don't get freshman 15 unless you try really hard.
Yeah. All right, 6. So we recommend you pick the classes that interest you the most, and CAT as well. It's all pretty interesting. You have a lot of choices to pick from. Again, gospel choir. Want to really throw that out there because it's a bomb class with a chill professor, and you can sit with your friends.
I just want to say Professor Ken Anderson, he's got the voice of an angel, and you'll be just blessed just sitting there and listen to it. So.
All right, common misconceptions, because you probably have heard different rumors here and there about the different colleges.
Okay, so the first one is Marshall, we're all social justice warriors. I kind of was like that when I first came in, but it quickly died out after like a quarter. And yeah, for the most part, people are not social justice warriors, but there are a few with a huge presence which kind of give it a certain feel, you know?
So I heard that in ERC, MMW is hard. It is, but it's not that hard. You'll definitely get through it. You'll survive. All right, and then so I heard that in 6 College, it's a cool college. Yes, this is actually true. And everything else you've heard about 6 is also probably true too.
Including the raccoons.
Yes. All right, so what is next? So we kind of threw out a lot of information. We definitely did not cover everything, but you should definitely do some more research on your college if you're interested. Everything is online. UCSD is pretty good about posting your GEs and whatnot. Second, reach out to a mentor if you have any questions, because college is there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of things that you probably don't expect or don't even know what to expect. 3, if you recognize you have a weakness, build up that skill. Like, for example, if you suck at time management like I do and Kristen, you know, you can build up that skill over the summer. And then lastly, 4, enjoy the summer before college, because it's the summer before college. You're getting ready to enter like a new phase in your life. So yeah.
Sister. Okay, so lastly, just so we wanted to talk about AMP mentorship. This is the group that's, you know, sponsoring this webinar. It's a little bit about AMP. It stands for A2F Mentorship Program. We started this as a pilot group during winter quarter of 2020, and we just realized that a lot of people had a lot of questions about, you know, life, college, and career that we need to figure out. And so, and like, you know, for us, we totally resonated with that. So yeah, we created AMP to be a space to help you guys make the transition from high school to college. And then yeah, AMP just connects you with a current UCSD student or a recent alumni, where you can, yeah, just, you know, have a space to form new friendships with other Tritons. And here's a little bit about how to sign up if you haven't already. There's a QR code that'll take you to our website. Just go ahead and, you know, leave your information there, sign up. You'll get paired up. You can meet your mentor through a quick, you know, Zoom call, phone call, you know, 10, 15 minutes. And yeah, just get ready to have fun.
So kind of let you guys have some time to scan that QR code.
All right, so I'm sure the meat of it, what you guys all were waiting for, is to hear from our student mentors who are going to be leading this Q&A time. So I'll just let them unmute and introduce themselves.
So name, major, college, and then one fun fact about yourself.
Sure, I can introduce myself first. Hi guys, my name is Raymond. I'm from ERC College and I study structural engineering. A fun fact about me is that I like to skateboard just anywhere in UC San Diego.
Hi, my name's Isaac. I'm also ERC Best College. I'm a second year studying pharm chem, not like agriculture, like pharmacy chem. And a fun fact about me is that I like learning languages. So I learned Vietnamese for a little bit. And then I went to a Vietnamese restaurant and I was like, I'm ready to order in Vietnamese. And so I ordered, and then he didn't understand. So I just had to order in English.
Hi guys, my name is Maureen. I'm a sophomore from Sixth College and I study human health psychology. And one fun fact about me is that I once ran the whole perimeter of UCSD, which is about 6 miles. But it sounds long, but the beauty, like just the beautiful scenery, just takes away the tiredness. So yeah, I recommend to do that for you.
Hey everybody, I'm Chad. I'm finishing up my second year. I'm in Marshall College, major in math with a minor in accounting. One fun fact about me is you can't really tell from this whole Zoom setting, but I'm really tall, and because of that, I really like to play basketball.
Cool. Thanks for introducing yourself, guys. For all you, incoming students next year, go ahead and either unmute yourselves and ask questions, or if that's a little scary, then feel free to just chat with us in the box below, and yeah, we'll just pick off your questions. So yeah. How about while we wait for the questions to get asked, Raymond or Isaac or Maureen or Chad, what is one piece of advice you guys would give to your freshman yourself?
I can start. For me, I think it would be to look at the syllabus a day before, because once week 1 starts, I think it just keeps going, and sometimes I lost track of time, especially my due dates. And since it's only 10 weeks, it kind of gets lost in time. So yeah, look at your syllabus.
I think for freshman yourself, I would highly advise you guys, if you can, to take classes with any friends you have. Like when you're picking classes for like the next quarter, it always helps a lot to take it with a friend. So you could sit next to them in a lecture hall, and then you could kind of like keep each other like accountable to listen to a lecture and ask each other questions. It's just a lot better to take classes together with friends than to go through a whole class yourself.
Yeah, kind of like what Maureen said. When I first came in, I got super overwhelmed with all these like deadlines coming in. And if you're like a STEM major, like math, bio, cog sci, you're gonna have to take like math classes. And then they also have like these, you have to do your homework online and you have to buy like codes at the bookstore. And sometimes that's really easy to forget that you need to purchase an online code. So just keeping track of all of these things in like a checklist or a planner. I know in high school I didn't use a planner at all. But in college, you definitely need to use a planner to keep track of your deadlines and just little details, because there's so much information coming in the first day, like their office hours, when they are, where they are, their email, your TA. It's just too much. So just writing it down, typing it, it goes a long way.
Yeah, for me, really similar to Isaac and Marine. The quarter, your first one is going to go by really fast. I mean, nothing like experience it going from high school. Like a quarter is going to go really fast, 10 weeks. You feel like I just moved in, but now I'm taking finals. How does that work? But yeah, just, yeah, you got to stay on top of things. Don't feel overwhelmed, but know that you'll get through it and you'll adjust. So don't be afraid of it.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Okay, I see we have a few questions now, so let's go ahead and get started from the top. Okay, so one person asked, which college has the biggest dorms?
All right, Isaac, check me if I'm correct, but I think ERC has the biggest storms. Is that correct?
Valid, objective,
Yeah.
confirmed.
So I think that's one nice thing about being in ERC. Like the dorms are really big. They're actually not dorms; they're suites. So there's like a common area, and there's 5 rooms in it. So each room will have a triple. So there's like 15 people living together, but in 5 rooms. So it's a really nice way to stay connected, to meet new friends in the suites, I guess, because they're not dorms. Yeah.
And also ERC was most recently built. I think it was like built in like 2006, I think. So the dorms are like nicer than like, I'm not like slandering Marshall. I love Marshall because it's so nearby. But Marshall is old, and I've been to like Chad's apartment, and it's old.
This is fact. Cool, thanks guys. Okay, so next question. Any tips for course selection? Ooh, yeah, and getting the
important
classes
question.
we want. definitely one of the most important.
All right.
Anybody want to tackle that one?
I got you. My hobby is making 4-year plans for people. Of course, I got this.
Oh yeah,
So
he's good at
I'm
this.
gonna,
And
I'm gonna
eating
send a
OV
link.
pizza.
That's right, eating OVT pizzas while making 4-year plans. That's me. So I just sent in a link in chat. It has a list of every undergraduate major and minor. So you're gonna want to locate your major first on there. Actually, Kristen and Connie, is it okay if I share my screen to show this? Or
Yeah, go ahead, take over.
awesome. It says host disabled attendee screen sharing. Sorry.
I got you.
Lol, never mind. Never mind, Isaac. You can't share your screen. Just kidding.
Dang.
Connie's on it right now.
Yes, you can do it now.
Wow, co-host. So much
Yay.
power. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so you're gonna want to click on this link. It's the same link that I sent in chat. Undergraduate majors at UC San Diego. So let's just say you're a biology major. You're gonna want to go and find the department that biology is in, biological sciences. So you'll click on that, and you'll be thrown into a website. There are a lot of websites to navigate through UCSD, and it can become really overwhelming. What you want to go to is education and undergrad. Always on every page, there will be something like undergraduate or degree programs or courses. You'll click on that, and you'll find, hopefully, majors and minors, and you'll be able to find your requirements for each of your majors. So for you guys were admitted just this, I don't think they've updated this website, but I will just click the most recent one, and you'll get linked to all of the different majors. Let's say I'm a Gen Bio major. I would click on this, and over here you'll have a list of your lower division and upper division classes. Some of these probably don't mean anything. Build 1, Build 2, Build 3, Build 4. Yeah, like I don't know what that is. BICD 100. Like, come on, what are these numbers and like letters? Once you find sort of the list of classes you need for your major, what you're going to want to do is go to the UCSD course catalog. I can send this link in chat later. I love this thing so much. You can go to undergraduate education. Hold on. Actually, this is probably too complicated. If I just type in course catalog biology, I can find the biological sciences course catalog. It'll always look like this. It starts with courses, and it has actually the course, a description, and even sometimes the prerequisites. So this can be immensely helpful for knowing, okay, what am I expecting when I come into college? What am I going to learn? But if you don't want to make a 4-year plan because that's too much of a headache, you can go to plans.ucsd.edu. Choose your college, ERC, because ERC is the best college. You'll just choose like some entering year. First, I was testing it earlier. The 2020, 2019 don't work, so I'm just going to choose 2018. You can choose biology, and then let's choose general biology again. And once I click that, it'll actually allot classes that I need to take when I come in as a freshman in fall quarter, winter quarter, spring. It projects your entire 4 years for you. So this can actually be a really useful tool. So I'll send these links in chat. Yeah, but in terms of classes, that's about it. Sorry, I went through that kind of quickly. So if you guys have more questions, you can just message me or type in chat.
Yeah, I agree with Isaac. That 4-year plan is very helpful. Yeah, just to know which classes to take, and it keeps it organized for you on a table. Yeah.
Cool. Wow. Thank you guys.
One
so
thing
much
I
for
would
that.
add on that, it's just like, so when you get the time to register and select your classes, your time that you get to select is based off the number of units you have. So because you guys are incoming freshmen, you're not going to have a whole lot. You might have some through AP. So there's chances you're not going to get every single thing. Like say you like make one of those 4-year plans, you're not going to get every single thing you need. So just, yeah, you can come up with multiple plans, multiple classes that you want to take, because maybe I don't get into this one. Okay, and then I can take this one and stuff instead of it. And also, like maybe if like everything's full or something, don't be afraid to wait list. They usually let in a lot of people off the wait list. So don't worry if you like, oh, all my classes are waitlisted. I had some friends coming in, and there was them, and they got into all of them. So yeah, just be open to like selecting multiple different ones if you don't get everything.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Man, I wish I had these guys as my mentors.
Same.
All right. Cool. And then do you guys, so another question, do you guys recommend taking summer courses for GE credit?
Hold on. I actually just answered the last question, so I'll let one of my peers answer if they want to, but if not, then I got a good answer.
I say, yeah, like, I think taking summer courses for any class is good. Because in the summer, usually the classes are easier. That's just what I hear, and I've experienced myself. I plan to take my GEs this coming summer too, so I'd recommend that.
So I took summer classes my first year. Like after my first year, after fall, winter, spring, summer, I took summer courses. And I thought it was actually really useful. Useful, yeah, because it helps me like take classes that I need to like accelerate like the time it takes to graduate. So I can graduate in 3 years instead of 4. But it also counts for units that will help me get a faster enrollment time. And that can help you get your classes in your sophomore year or your junior year or your senior year quicker than like, say, if you didn't take a whole lot of AP classes. Yeah, so in the beginning, you might not have a whole lot of units and you might feel like stuck, like, oh man, I can never get the classes that I want because my enrollment time is terrible. Taking summer classes can help boost the number of units you have so you can get a better enrollment time. So it's like, I'd say 2 benefits. I will say summer classes are not always easy because it is accelerated. It is 5 weeks instead of the traditional 10. That means each lecture will be double the length and you'll have basically double the content each week. So it can go by a lot faster. It can feel like a lot of information coming at you at once, but I think it's generally useful for lower divs because lower divs, it's a bit more manageable. Upper divs, it's a bit harder.
Yeah, and I think just to add on to that, because I did the same thing, you can have up to 25% of your units be pass, no pass classes. So if you are taking GEs and you're kind of like, I don't really care what, we could just pass it and get the credit for it. It doesn't really affect your GPA if you pass, no pass it. And yeah, so that was pretty helpful. So if it's only 5 weeks and it's moving along at an accelerated pace, it's totally fine because yeah, you just need to get the passing grade for it. Cool. So next question.
So someone had asked, how many people do they usually let off the wait list? Does anyone have any thoughts about this?
There's a rule for the STEM courses. It says about the 10% rule, where 10% of people usually drop out of the class by the first 2 weeks. So in time for you to be able to sign up for those classes. So I've been in there before. Yeah, I was waitlisted for a whole week and I was like getting worried, but then I just waitlisted it. I went to the class and I did the syllabus and everything. I talked to the professor. I'm like, hey, like, can I get this and that because I'm not in your class, so I can't get these sources. So then that's what he did. He just gave me everything I needed. And then, yeah, by the end of the 2 weeks, I was in the class, thankfully. But if you can't get the classes that you want, definitely have a backup. I had to take a Spanish class for fun because I couldn't get the class I needed, and I needed to get 12 units to get my financial aid. And so to get that financial aid, I needed 12 units. And so I just signed up to a fun class, and through that, yeah, it was worth it. And so in the long run, like, even though it was a language class, just something useful, something you will find fun. It's your first year, I think it's a little bit of leeway to have fun. I mean, to just explore your options as well. So yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Maureen. Okay, well, I know you guys have a lot more questions, and we'd love to be able to answer all of them, but it's already 2:36, and I'm sure you guys have things that you also need to get to. But this doesn't mean it's the end of it. Like I said, you guys are free to reach out to us, contact us, ask your questions there as well. And yeah, when you connect with us individually, then it's a lot easier for us to kind of tailor our answers to exactly what you're looking for as well. Yeah, so with that, let me just share my screen to wrap up. Sorry. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna have upcoming webinars as well. Next time is gonna be June 27th, and we're gonna be featuring Warren, Ravel, and Muir. Yeah, and I just want to say thank you for coming. Give you guys a lot of credit for reaching out early, reaching out early and trying to be proactive about your college career. So before you leave, you could just help us out. We have a poll. We want to hear what you guys want to hear about in the next webinar, or next webinar, so that we can, better tailor it to your needs. So go ahead and fill that out. And if you want to hang around, or if not, go ahead and feel free to drop off. But thank you all for coming. And thank you to our student panel for answering those Q&A questions.
Yay.